and gentlemen, for your feature performance. You ready to go? He's been a producer and writer on the Tax Flash, Three's Company, 227, and won an Emmy for the Electric Company, folks. Let's give it up for the Silver Senior, Mr. John Bonnie.
Here I'm the Silver Senior, which means I'm the oldest new young comic in North Carolina. But I'm not going to be the kind of senior comic who only does jokes about the problems of being old, you know. I'd like to, I just can't remember them. I was just 75 on July 3rd. And my fellow comics don't believe that I'm that old, you know, so I was going to bring my birth certificate to prove it. But when I took it out of the desk, it disintegrated. So they don't make parchment like they used to. Anyway, age is just a matter of attitude, though, I think. Look at Hugh Hefner. 80 years old, and he has 24-year-old Crystal Harris to marry him. And his friends said, look at the big age difference between you. And said, oh, big deal, 80 is the new 40. You know, so by that logic, Crystal hasn't even been born yet. You know, he said he liked her spunk when he went up there for the first time. He said, hey, where have you been all my life? You know? And she said, kindergarten. But age does catch up to you. You know, I went to the doctor for a blood test, and he told me to discontinue my blood type. So that's it. Now, I'm told I look pretty good for my age, you know. Now, if that's true, I said, if that's true, I owe it all to one thing, olive oil. My mom's Italian, and so am I. And she's a devout Olympian. I mean, she put olive oil in everything, even the food. She polished furniture with it, you know. If I scraped my knee, put olive oil on it. If my hair wouldn't stay down, put olive oil on it. You know, I was the only kid walking around South Philadelphia with a head that smelled like an antipasto. And that was regular olive oil. Just imagine what Mom could do today with extra virgin olive oil. Whatever that means, it's kind of redundant, right? I mean, can a girl be an extra virgin? I can see a kid going to his dad and saying, Dad, I got a date with an extra virgin. You know what that means? He goes, oh yeah, it means you ain't getting nothing with that. That's what it means. Anyway, despite my age, I'm in very good health. I know that because I just took first prize in Duke Hospital's last comic resuscitating. I won a defibrillator, a CAT scan, and a lifetime supply of Cialis. It came last week, 6 pills. I'm one of those guys who have erections that last longer than 4 hours. They say if that happens, call the doctor. Yeah. I'll be up and down the neighborhood bringing doorbell. From the curb. Anyway, I moved to Durham here about 9 years ago, and I didn't realize how religious the area was. And I made the mistake of telling people that I was an agnostic. Yeah, so one night a gang of neighbors burned this giant question mark over our door. I believe that is or isn't a hate crime. And then they also, you know, the religious, they tried to get me into the whole abortion issue. I said, oh, no. You know, get me out, I don't want to deal with that. But you know, they're very emotional. I mean, the pro-choice, pro-life people say, you can't abort your baby It could be the next Mozart, you know. The pro-choice people say, yeah, but it could also be the next Justin Bieber. My son came out and told us he was gay. Now the timing was good because we needed the closet space. We should have seen it coming, you know. When he was 3 years old, you know, we gave him all the masculine toys, you know, wagons and balls and, you know, stuff like that, and Transformers, you know, he played with Transformers. And then one day he came up to his mom and he said, "Can I have Optimus Prime's baby?" Now, my wife thought it was cute. He said, I was a little nervous. Then when he was 8 years old, we asked him what he wanted for his birthday, and he said, "I'd like a black teddy from Victoria's Secret." I put my foot down. No way you're getting that. That's my Father's Day gift. But now he wants to go to West Hollywood. Anybody know about West Hollywood here? Yeah, okay. It's a totally gay, incorporated city in Los Angeles. I mean, everything about it is gay. They have a gay mayor, gay police chief, gay police council, gay police force, and a population of 20,000 village people. I mean, traffic lights are red, yellow, and Laura Ashley. The traffic signs say, "Stop, or I'll scratch your eyes out." The other one is yield. I mean, I saw a bank there that, you know, had an ad that said a free prostate check with every deposit. I don't know what that meant. Actually, I've been going on forever with these cheap Asians, you know. So I will. I mean, the official religion is Judaism, which is the worship of Judy Garland. Anyway, my son wanted to go out there, you know, so I went to make sure. I said, "Tommy," you know, I like to call him Tommy because that's his name. I said, "Tommy," I said, "do you really want to go out?" He said, "Yeah." You know, so I took him out to, you know, set him up and everything. But I was shocked out there. 1 week alone, from all the violence that was out there on Santa Monica Boulevard, in 1 week, there were 6 drive-by spankings. Now the mayor, you know, he said, bless his heart, said, "I want to get to the bottom of this." He said, "Find out who's doing the spanking and bring him to my place. Or risks will roll." Anyway, I was out in LA for a couple of other reasons. One was to do my first guest spot on the Leno Show, and the other was to see a special therapist about my compulsive lying. My wife wants a divorce, so yeah, I must be doing something right, you know. She's upset because I tried to trade her in on that cash for clunkers thing. Those new Asian models, you know. They go further, they eat less, you know. But we also have problems in the bedroom. I mean, who doesn't have problems in the bedroom, you know? She said we had incompatible sleep numbers, you know. Divorced by Tempur-Pedic, you know. So she got a point, you know. My sleep number is 38, hers is 54, and my girlfriend's is 23. And she said, "I'm not sensitive to her," you know. And she was at the doctor. She came back crying. Said the doctor made her take off all her clothes at the visit. You know, I said, "What is the big deal? You know, if he does it again, find another dentist." She's also upset that I don't talk to her during sex. You know? Look, I would if she stayed awake. You know? But ladies, what is the big deal about talking during sex anyway? You know, I mean, how much of a conversation can you have like in 8 seconds? With the new law and order coming in, you know? Impossible. hits you with these loose questions. I mean, guys, do these earrings make me look fat? I think I'm supposed to answer that. And she hit me with one of the nicest things about my breasts. There's two of them. So I want you young kids to know that there is such a thing as OPS, or old people sex. You know, the same as young people sex, except like you don't want to look at it. It's not like gasping, coughing, hacking, or mental. And that's just taking off the clothes. But it can be done, you know. Have to have access to an oxygen tank. Have 911 on the speed dial. And make sure you have lots of lubricant. I highly recommend the cherry-flavored WD-40. Much better than that stuff I got from Jiffy Lube. So I've been doing a lot of flying lately, and I guess I've noticed that you all must have. The whole pilots are the same, you know? This is Captain speaking. I'd like to welcome you to Flight 461 to Rolling Durham. We'll be flying at an altitude of 32,000 feet. I hope you enjoy your flight. They're so cool. Nothing bothers them. This is your captain speaking, and you may have noticed that we're flying upside down. And we'll be approaching the Grand Canyon in about 6 minutes. Thank you for flying Delta. My daughter, who I'm very proud of, just got a 3-year school, not just 2 years ago, got a 3-year scholarship to George Mason University to go for a PhD. You know, I'm really proud of her. But it's in philosophy. Philosophy! There's a way of making a living. I put philosophy maybe 3 notches below being a shepherd. You don't see much call for that on Craigslist. You want an assistant existentialist. Nietzsche, a must. Should also be proficient in Sartre, Kierkegaard, and PowerPoint. You're not going to say a job like that. Now, in the 50s, when I was a kid, you know, we were very competitive, you know, that's all we had. But sex hadn't been invented yet. And so the competition got in, so if you mentioned philosophy to us, first thing you would say, well, how do you keep score? You know? So I say, Mom, I'm going to go play some philosophy with Vinnie Cavelli. Don't get dirty! Mom, it's just philosophy. And stay out of that Plato's cave, we're Catholic. All right. So we go down to the philosophy field, you know, ready for action. We have our philosophy equipment, you know, a little thinking cap, pad, paper, you know, pencil. And I would start saying, Vinnie, I think, therefore I am. One for me. And Vinnie says, no way, because if you don't think you aren't, but you are. One for me. I say, yeah, but I are because you think I are, therefore I are. One for me. And then he says, no way is consciousness ontologically distinct and irreducible to elements that are properties in a semi-detached universe that causally interacts with your mind. I say, yeah, well, fuck you! John Bonnie, Silver Senior, thank you.